A very good morning, children. How are you all? So the last topic right now, endemic species, and also importance of biodiversity, and how to conserve it, and what's the need of conservation, and regarding the pollination, okay, regarding the extinct species, whatnot. We have studied a lot of things and all. Now an idea might have been created in your mind that we have to save around our surroundings. We have to save our biodiversity. Okay, so now government is also taking a lot of efforts to save the nature, to save the biodiversity, so our surroundings. So from that we'll take an example, which is a kind of case study, which is Project Tiger. So tiger, it is the largest member of the cats family, right? So all the cats, okay, and tigers and lions, they all come in the cats family. So these are the cat, they belong to the cats family, and they are the largest in number. Okay, so India, if the world has some 100 tigers, India has 60 tigers. That means 60% of the world's tigers are in India. Okay, so 60% of world's tigers are in India. Example, if there are 100 tigers in the world, out of them 60 are in India itself. Just forget about the rest of the countries. 60% are in India. Okay, and now the problem is that they have decreased up to 35%. Okay, they have decreased up to 35%. There are various reasons for this purpose. So the reasons are like poaching, encroaching the lands, or deforestation, right? And also illegal hunting of the tigers for the skin. Okay, so a lot of things are involved in this, and because of all these reasons and all, you see the number of tigers have completely come down. So 35% is not a joke. So 35% of tigers are completely decreased in our India. So poaching is one of the reason, hunting is one of the reason, deforestation is one of the reason, okay, urbanization is one of the reasons. So these are all the reasons, and within no time government has also taken this into consideration. They have seen that, okay, our national animal is getting decreased day by day. So in 1972 they brought a act. So from that time, okay, they started a program called as Project Tiger, so that they can save the tiger from the rest of the extinction, okay, from the problem of extinction. So they have to save the tiger, otherwise within no time the tiger's population will completely go down, and in India you cannot find any tiger. So that's the reason why they have to take very, very important measures, okay, preventive measures, so that they can save the tiger from the extinction. So for that reason, around 50 areas where the tigers are living as has made their natural habitat, they made them as reserved lands. That means they will not go ahead with the deforestation, they will not go ahead with the poaching of the lands, they will not allow the hunting over there. So in India itself, 50 places where the tigers live, they are all announced as the reserved area. So nobody can go there without the permission of the forest department. So how many kilometers? 40,340.12 kilometers of area is completely given for the tigers, right? So where the tigers live, that area is completely announced as the reserved lands. So because of this reason, there was an increase in the tigers. So from 1973, there were only 2,000 tigers, but now if we count them, there will be around 3,800 tigers. So that's a very drastic change you might have seen here. So there is an increase, right? Otherwise, if this step is not taken, so they might have completely become extinct. Okay, they are now actually endangered species, but now they are coming out of that situation. So now the only thing is that we have to protect our tigers, we have to save our tigers. So this case study will show that the tiger is very, very important animal. Okay, it is also important for the flora and fauna, that is for the different animals and also plants. The tiger has to live. Okay, now what is the connection between the plants and the tiger? So why, if the plant has to remain safe, why the tiger has to live? That is what we are going to see now. Okay, observe very carefully. So this tiger need to be saved from extinction. Okay, and moreover, its food web should also be saved. What is the reason behind that? What is the reason behind that? Now, just assume, right? Now, this is the tiger. Tiger depends upon the deer, right? This is the basic food for the tiger, so it always hunts the deers, right? And now you know the deers will eat the flora, that is the plants. Okay, so now just assume that if tigers are not there, if the tigers become extinct, if the tigers become completely extinct, what will happen? If the tigers become extinct, then the deers, because the tigers are alive, the deer population is in control, because they keep on killing the deers, and deer population is completely controlled. So now just assume that the deers are, the tigers are completely extinct and the tigers are no more, right? So that they disappear from the face of earth. Now what happens here is the deer population will increase day by day. So if the population is increasing day by day, the urge for the food also will increase. So they will start eating the flora which is in the forest, in the other places. So that is how the complete food web will be disturbed. The ecosystem will be disturbed. Flora, when flora is completely eaten by the herbivorous animals and all, no, like, then it also will create a lot of other problems. So that is the reason why the tiger should be saved, so that the complete ecosystem can be saved. Okay, so each and every organism in the nature will influence the other organism. Now if there is no tiger, it is influencing the plants in that particular area, isn't it? So if some other organisms are not there, then that will influence the other part of that area where the animals are living. So that is how each and every animal will get influenced, right, if there is any disturbance in the nature. That is the reason why we have to save the animals, and also we have to save the nature. So that is the reason why many forest areas are completely announced as a reserved areas, and you know, like hunting or poaching or anything is not it's completely prohibited there. It's not allowed there. Okay, so because people know, like, they are very much eager to go ahead with the deforestation. So as they are deforesting the forest areas and all, no, so the animals which are there in the forest, they lose their shelter, they lose their food. Some of they die, some of they go to the other villages and all, like the surrounding villages, and the villages will kill them. You might have seen several leopards coming into the residential areas, and which are being killed or which are being caught by the forest department again. So why they are coming into our area? Because the only reason is that we are destroying their shelter, we are spoiling and destroying their food, and that is the reason why they are looking for the alternate resources. Now man has become so selfish that he keeps on cutting down the forest. He never thinks about the future, right? So whatever the present situation is there, that he want to go ahead with. So that is the reason why he keeps on deforesting the trees and all. So that is the reason why animals are losing their shelter, their food and whatnot. Now we are not talking about one animal. We are talking about n number of animals which are living in the forest areas. What happens to them? What will happen to them? That is what man doesn't even think of. So if he starts thinking about them, then definitely he will not go ahead with the deforestation kind of thing. Okay, to increase their land areas, to increase the agricultural areas, to build the industries, to build the factories, whatnot. They target the areas where there are forests, which are the outskirts of the towns and villages and cities. So that is how we are a bit responsible for the biodiversity destruction, or a change in the biodiversity, destroying the biodiversity. So now man should be in control. He should leave his selfish nature so that he can protect his environment. Now always man should not intervene in the rules of the forest. So man's intervention, so man, like, he will keep on intervening into the forest areas. So he keeps on hunting, he keeps on deforestation, whatnot. So all these things and all of that is destroying the wildlife. Okay, so now don't you think that even the man is also part of nature? Actually, if man is a part of the nature, he is destroying the nature in which he is living. That means he is also harming himself. One day, a day will come where the man also will become extinct as the other animals. One day the man also will become endangered like the other animals. That is what man has to keep in his mind. Okay, now how we can conserve the animals, how we can save the animals? There are two ways here, right? One is the national park and second one is the sanctuaries, right? When you come to the national parks, these national parks are they are the places where you can conserve the complete wildlife. Okay, complete wildlife, and here all the wild animals will be there, like lions, tigers, rhinoceros, hippopotamus and whatnot. All they will be saved, and moreover that they will be saved in their natural habitat, like unlike bringing them to the zoo park. So if they are brought to the zoo park, they make the artificial habitats, right? That is not the natural habitat. So now these animals are living in a forest and they will make it a reserve area, and now that will be the natural habitat of their animals. So now in that area, the first thing is that no human activity is entertained. No human being is allowed to go inside. No poaching take place. Okay, no hunting take place, right? No deforestation take place. No smuggling take place. So nothing will happen over there, because here complete human activities are prohibited. Even grazing of the domestic animals also prohibited. So the farmers or the other people, shepherds and all, they can't bring their buffaloes or sheep or goats to the area for the grazing. So even that is also not allowed. That is also completely prohibited. That is how we are trying to save our wild animals. Okay, these are the national parks where the wild animals are saved without any kind of human activity. And also even the best thing is that grazing of the domestic animals is also prohibited. One of such park here is Jim Corbett Park, okay, which is in Uttarakhand. If you go there, you can see this park and all, the different animals which are being saved and protected, conserved here. Okay, now this is about the national park. So once you come to the sanctuary also. So sanctuary also, here you conserve the species. You also protect the species here. Okay, and here some of the activities of the human beings are allowed. So they are allowed, but they are allowed, but in the sense they should not harm the habitat of the animals. So even thought should not come into their mind that they have to harm the animals or the plants or whatever the forests are. So they should not do anything, right? They will not allow any kind of they allow the human activities, but they will not allow any kind of harm which is being done to the habitat. So one such sanctuary is the Pakal Sanctuary, which is in Warangal, where you can see number of birds and even the animals. So that is how sanctuary and national parks are there, which are conserving our species, which are protecting our species, so that they will not come under the problem of endangered, or they will never become extinct. They will never reach the extinction. Okay, so in the lower classes, okay, we have learned about a lot of things, we have learned about the global warming. We have learned about the global warming, where the heat increases like anything, and the small lakes and ponds getting dried up. So what about the organisms which are living in that lakes and ponds? They get disappeared within no time. Some people they bring the endangered species, especially when you take the example of the panda. Okay, they will bring the endangered species. They will raise them for some days, and also after that they will release them into the forest areas. So before that, they will raise them in such a way that they will put on the dress of a panda. They will disguise themselves as pandas, and they will raise the babies, so that babies will not feel isolated. Okay, so when they go into the forest, they go very happily. So that is how so many conservationists, okay, they do this kind of things to save the animals, and also to increase the number of animals in the wilderness. Okay, so these are all the measures which are being taken by the government and by the people so that they can save the biodiversity. As we are also a part of nature, we should not see ourselves getting extinct, because we are also a part of the nature. If all the animals extinct, if all the animals disappear, human race will also disappear. Even we also will come into the endangered list. Our name will also be written in the red data book. So it's our duty to save ourselves. So tomorrow we'll go ahead with the other topic, which is the migratory birds, okay, and also why we should recycle the paper. So we'll see you tomorrow. Until then, see you all. Have a great day. Take care.